Hello everyone! Today I wanted to do a video on my favorite tools because tools are awesome and they make our lives a lot easier. I'm going to try to do more advanced tools, not the usual, oh well, you need a ratchet and some sockets and all those other tool videos. You know you need a ratchet, you know you need sockets. These are going to be a little bit more advanced tools, things I've used multiple times, things I'm very happy I have. And for my first tool, we have Capri wire strippers. I love these things. Pushing the button, you're good to go. Fully automatic. Let's insert the wire. Golden. Perfect. Love it. These things are so much easier than the conventional wire strippers, and they're affordable. I think these were 20 bucks. I love these things. Just so much easier than the handle style ones. All right, second tool. My second favorite tool is this Jatco weather pack connector. This thing is awesome. Ratcheting style. Just perfect. Now it makes these nice Delphi connectors. Makes it waterproof and everything. And then you can insert it into one of these. Not coming out. Looks nice. Waterproof. Perfect. I'm a firm believer that all your wiring should be as perfect as humanly possible. Failed wiring is most of the time why people get stuck on the side of the road with bad repairs. Super easy tool. Love this thing. I'll do another video on wiring and how to use it soon. Definitely a must-have if you're going to wire stuff. All right, next favorite tool is, this is the Milwaukee M12 soldering iron. I love this thing. It's compact, easy to use. As soon as that light turns solid green, it means it's ready to go. I love that you can take it anywhere because it's battery proof. This thing is just awesome. And then, what else is great about it is that red light means the thing is still warm, so don't touch the tip. As soon as that light goes off, it means it's good to go. Ready to grab anywhere. You can touch the tip, you can change the tip, you can do whatever you want. I just absolutely love that you can take this anywhere, and it hasn't failed me yet. But I do suggest you also get the big batteries for this thing, because if you use the small little standard Milwaukee M12 batteries, it just goes through them in about maybe 20 minutes. You don't get long. But I love this thing. It's just a great tool. I cannot rave about this thing enough. I just love how versatile it is when you're working inside the car and stuff. Just great. All right, next favorite tool is, this is an Inobazio large wire crimper. I believe it does 6 gauge all the way to 0. It just makes beautiful crimps. I'm sorry that all of my favorite tools right now are wiring. I promise they won't all be. You can get a similar version of this tool at Harbor Freight. It's awesome. It just makes beautiful crimps. I will be making a wiring video later showing how to use all of this stuff, but it's just so clean and solid. I mean, it's not coming off. I know that that's a good connection. I don't have to worry about my wiring. And I believe that wiring is one of the most half-assed things that technicians, mechanics do. And it's the #1 thing that will leave you on the side of the road. Favorite tool is wiring because I don't like to be on the side of the road. All right, next favorite tool is, my next favorite tool is a brake line flare. I'm not really sure exactly what to call it, honestly. It makes brake line flares. It's awesome. It also makes quick release gas lines, transmission lines, and anything else you want to make. Sorry, I cannot show you how good it does at making double-sided flares for brake lines and all that stuff. I don't have any pipe laying around, any brake line laying around, or 3/8 fuel line. This thing is great. It makes the perfect flare every time. It's by Mastercool. It's a little expensive. I've used this on my brake lines. I also did it for the Holley Super Sniper, so I had quick release gas lines. It's an awesome tool. It makes it perfect every time. Instructions are super clear. Quality dies. Just awesome. Love this thing. Next favorite tool is infrared thermometer. This is a cheapy one at Harbor Freight. I know some people don't like Harbor Freight, but it gets the job done. I'm not a professional. I'm a do-it-home selfer. I love this thing. Now, infrared thermometer has so many uses and people don't realize. So, if you have a misfire, your engine's running rough, and you don't have an OBD2 scanner, or you have a carbureted car, or it just doesn't have any kind of diagnostics, measure the temperature of individual cylinder head headers. So if you have a V8, measure in 8 spots. If one is just radically different temperature, you know you have an issue. Some people have the Phytech unit or Holley Super Sniper unit are worried about a dual plane intake manifold. If you want to know if your engine is running correctly with the dual plane manifold, measure the temperature from side to side. You'll know if it's getting even fueling. If one side is running 500 degrees and the other side is running 400 degrees, that means you should probably mill down the divider or get a 2-inch spacer, 1-inch spacer, whatever. This thing is awesome. It can tell you when you're overheating. You can measure the top of the thermostat. You can measure the radiator cap. I believe that people measuring the temperature is undervalued. It can tell you a lot of what's wrong really fast. Awesome tool, cheap tool, really good with diagnostics. You have to love tools that help you with diagnostics. This next tool helps everyone with their least favorite part, the dreaded hose clamp. I know some people love them. I know some people absolutely hate these things. You don't hate them if you have the right tool. So all you do with this one, I'm going to try to do this on camera. Make sure it's on there. Not the easiest thing. Well, not the easiest thing on camera. It has a little ratcheting mechanism, so you don't have to keep it tight. As soon as you got it ready to go, you're good to go. This thing makes life a lot easier than just dicking around with pliers. And then once you're ready, you just press that knob and it will release itself. Simple tool. Gets in all the hard spaces with the cable. It's great. Everyone seems to make memes and stuff on Facebook about how awful these things are. If you have the right tool, super simple job. All right, what will we have next? All right, next up, the cable cutter. This thing is good for cutting really thick wire, but my favorite thing about this is it will cut 6AN or whatever braided steel line like butter. And the cuts are so clean. This one is from Harbor Freight. It's the Doyle version. Seriously, I love this thing for cutting 6AN braided steel line. All right, next tool. My next favorite tool is called a Rivet Nut tool. Basically, you drill a hole in sheet metal, You insert this guy into the hole. Then this kind of smashes it so that the sheet metal is stuck in between here and what it pulls up against it. So then what you can do is you can insert a bolt. It seems to be very strong, surprisingly. It just makes it so much easier to insert bolts into sheet metal. I love this tool. I don't really have an example or how to show you how it works at this moment. Maybe that'll be a future video. If you're interested in this thing, it's called a Rivet Nut tool. Basically, drill a hole, insert this into the hole, then it has a special little screw thing and it clamps it on in there and then makes it so your bolts can fit right in there. It's really awesome, really handy, and it's just so much stronger than putting like a sheet metal screw in. Awesome tool, love it. All right, next. All right, the next tool is a must-have. It is a torque wrench. This is Icon from Harbor Freight. This is supposed to be professional grade. I don't really know if it is, but you need to have a torque wrench. If you're doing intake bolts, header bolts, head bolts, you want to torque them down to spec. You don't want exhaust leaks. You don't want to mess up your head gasket. You just do it right the first time and save yourself a headache. Torque wrench, easy. Use it. All you do, set it to the proper torque by spinning the handle, put it on the bolt, do the bolt, it'll click. Super easy tool, super great tool. Must have. Absolute must have if you want to do the job right. I mean, you want to torque your wheels, you just got to use them. Do it right. All right, next tool. All right, this is my final and probably my very favorite tool ever. This is a Milwaukee M12 Ratchet. It is the fuel, kind of rubbed off a little bit. I love this thing. I love this thing. I cannot say enough good things about it. It makes jobs so much faster. So much faster. It's just excellent tool. It's obvious what it does. You put a socket on it, takes sockets off, puts them on. Sorry, it takes the bolts off, nuts off, puts them on. It just makes life so much easier and so much faster. I know that's kind of a simple tool and everyone has a ratchet. I love mine. I named it Super Ratchet. It just makes things so much faster. And anything that helps get a project done faster is fantastic in my book. All right, that's the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. Please, please, please put your favorite tools in the comments and please drop a link if you can. I love tools. I absolutely love them. Please show me your favorite tool. If you think, tell me what you think of my tools. All right, have a great rest of your night, everyone.